would rather write out of history. They'd rather write out their Cerberus, or they'd rather not consider Genesis canon. But what Remake can do now is do the grand unifier thing. You can unify the compilation of FF and have it be in this one timeline. Yeah, so grand unit. Wait, you can hear me now, right? Yeah, the grand unifier. It can incorporate all elements of the compilation without making it feel like things that I'd rather leave Genesis out of the canon. I'd rather they retcon that in Crisis Core. So the flashbacks that Remake is gonna acknowledge is gonna be the flashbacks that were in Crisis Core. It's not gonna acknowledge the limited flashbacks that were in the OG one. There people want to overthink this. I just think that Square are just trying to make all parts of the compilation of FF relevant. That's all they're trying to do. Bits of Advent Children, bits of Dirge of Cerberus, bits of Crisis Core. They're just trying to make a remake. It uses this multiverse bullshit to make all the compilation. It's not smart. It's just a story device they've used to draw on everything in the compilation. So you're of the mind that they're not actually going to change that much? No, I think they're going to change. I think they're going to change a lot. Like, I still think Genesis is coming back. Now that they've acknowledged Advent Children, and that somehow Sephiroth is fucking around from the future, just so he can change what happened to him, or something, they're going to change a lot, because they're using this pseudo-sequel plot ghosting to try and pull in every thread from every compilation of FF thing. They're trying to be everything. They're gonna fuck it up though. It's gonna be unrecognizable from the OG, and that's why I'm fucking hate Square right now. Square have been really experimental, fucking around. Some of it works, some of it doesn't. You could understand all of what's going on in the Najima light novels before Advent came out. Yeah, I mean, I read one of them. If you read those, you'll fully understand what they're doing. I've only read the one about Aerith visiting people in the live stream who are dead. Like, I forgot what it was. But Aerith is in the live stream, she's talking to a bunch of people who are dead and stuff like that. So, the live stream, you can travel forward and backwards. I understand the lore of it, but I don't want extended fiction, man. I don't want them doing this crap. You have to read that light novel to get what they're doing. I understand what they're doing. I just don't like that they're doing it. But just give us a straight remake. Don't give us Johnny. Johnny adds nothing. Roche adds nothing to this fucking franchise. There's that character from Wall Market who's in the novels. The guy with whose wife got kidnapped. Or like sex slavery, put into sex slavery or killed, whoever the guy was. I'm like, why are you doing this, fam? This sounded like a good advocate for looking at the Wikipedia article. Don't waste your time. The FF7 OG already gives you a complete masterpiece of a game. You don't. This game, the remake, rebirth, all this shit they're doing is not worth it. Unless you're invested in OG. If you play the OG, love the OG, then maybe do it. Dude, I was all in on the compilation of FF. Everything. Loved Advent Children, even though I know it's a fucking shit movie. It's a bunch of set pieces stitched together. It was literally just a bunch of fight pieces stitched together with loose narrative. Nah, Leslie's story was not in... Yeah, Leslie. That's what I'm talking about. Leslie's story was not in OG. You weren't running through a sewer trying to chase a fucking key from a goblin or moblin or whatever the fuck it is. Johnny was a character in OG. He wasn't like that. He was a little kid that followed Tifa around in the flashbacks. Some of the additions were fucking nonsense. Johnny's not a pointless padding for that game. Oh, let's run after Johnny because he's in trouble. Because Jesse nicked his fucking ID card to pinch some Shinra gear. Or Roche still hasn't even justified his presence in this fucking game. The guy on the motorcycle who's got like a boner for fucking Cloud. Yeah. I mean, once you walk past it, it becomes part of the story, so... You know what, I'm done. I'm done. I have no idea where to go on this fucking thing. Fuck me. Yeah, Johnny makes more sense as a kid. Yeah, where they go to visit the the mum, the sick dad. I like that. I like that. But then fucking Rosh just comes back in there. I'm like, I don't hate Rosh as a character. I just think he's pointless. They put him in because they wanted a bike chase. They want an Advent Children style bike chase. If you've seen Advent Children, they needed an excuse for Cloud to DBZ style jump from bike to bike and clash swords. It was so immersion breaking when that happened, because that Advent Children shit didn't happen till much later in the franchise. Yeah, I like that. I like that. What about those 3 Avalanche? But them surviving was not part of the original game. Them surviving was not part of the original game. How far are you in, Ryan? What chapter are you on? What chapter are you on? I mean, if you're on the plate falling bit, how far? If you're chapter 14, it should be fine. Oh, okay, that's fine. The Avalanche weren't supposed to survive. In fact, for me, they're deaths. They're terrorists. They're terrorists. They died the way they lived. And ironically, the way they died was ironic. Because they're terrorists, so they died the way they live. But now it's gone fucking multiverse, time travel BS. Took a break from finishing to do pull-up. Leslie's story means probably post chapter 14. You know, G spent almost no time with them. Yeah, they died early on. Yeah. Now people are speculating that because the events have been changed and Avalanche survived. Avalanche's fate is different. So Jessie's gonna be a dancer in the Golden Saucer and she won't remember who you are and all this stuff. I'm like, FF7 is not this. FF7 was never this pretentious. Ryan, if you ever come across a part in this story where you're like, I can't do this story no more, just remember FF7, the original, was never like this. Never like this. They're state label terrorists. Yeah. This is what I mean. They're gonna change so much Zenith that they're gonna forget what made the original 7. So they're not gonna be able to convey to people like Ryan what made this whole cohesive narrative. Like, Ryan's gonna be thinking, man, they're doing some really cool shit here. I like this guy, but they're not gonna be able to get across how amazing FF7 was. Basically, Midgard was only the first 4 to 5 hours. Yeah, it was just literally the first 4 to 5 hours. So all of that remake was just the first 4 to 5 hours. But then, Ryan, now you understand my complaint that they padded it out with characters that they didn't need to, you know. So in order to make it a full game on its own, they had to flesh these guys out and make us care about them. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I care about them more, but it would have made the deaths even more impactful to me than it was in the original game. But they chose not to do that. They made you give a shit about them more, and then not give you the payoff for that. You know what I mean? And fucking Jessie hitting on you, that was new. Her unapologetically just fucking thirsting after Cloud, that was fucking new. Made her a bit of a floozy, fam. I don't know. I do like FF7 Remake. I just think they're so far up their own ass with this. They've done enough. They've changed enough that they can't go back now. They can't go back to just doing a very faithful remake. Yeah, they wanted to add to the fandom Battles of Tifa. This is what I mean. I can't think of any addition that they made apart from fleshing out Avalanche that really added anything to it. And then that fucking Power Rangers battle at the end of the... well, you'll see. You'll see, right? Dude, there are people, even Night Sakai Prince Zenith is not happy with what they did at the end. It's not controversial to dislike what they did at the end. Feelings for Cloud. Yeah, I mean, they developed it to make it feel like it was legit, like what they've done. So I'd give them that. Looking for a fucking white knight in shining armor. They made it a point that she was flirting, but you didn't know if she had any real feelings or if it was all her acting. Yeah. Everything was on Jesse. What about Biggs, fam? Sorry, Wedge. No, Wedge is ironically the fat one. Yeah, Biggs. Biggs got nothing. And then he's alive. You should have given us a little Biggs. Wedge and Jesse got the lion's share of the development. Biggs got nothing. Really a case of acting. In fact, there's a line in that there's a line in FF7 that suggests that he might be gay. That Biggs might be gay. You're not even batting for the same team. Like, there's a conversation right in the first Midgar section where you can tell that there's probably something between Jesse and Biggs. And then she goes, you're not even batting for... And they cut the line off. I think Biggs is a gay character. Legit. So... probably a case of acting at the first and then a bit of real feeling developing towards the end. Yeah. She's one of them celebrity activists. She likes dancing on the stage, golden saucer, blah blah blah. But she became like this activist. They use the orphanage as a cheap way to make us get money. Yeah. I don't know why they're doing some of these things. Because like I say, they can't go back on these things. You have to take these. If you make them survive, you're going to disappoint the people who are happy they're alive and don't know why it's so significant they're alive. Ryan's just happy right now they're alive because he likes these characters. Ryan loves Badger from Breaking Bad. He loves Jesse. He loves these characters. Now if they kill him now, it runs me like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? So they have to logically take this forward now. He was all handsy on the parachute with Jesse and she was chilling. But prior to his death scene, we got no indication that he's connected to Overwatch. I'll tell you the point at which the game got stupid for me. There was a point in this game, and I think Ryan might have seen this part already, where the plot ghosts push fucking Wedge out the window. They made they comical. It's like parody. It's almost like comical parody. That Sephiroth fucked with the timeline. These characters are supposed to be dead. The plot ghosts who represent the fans who want this to be a remake, pushing fucking Wedge out a window to try and kill him. That was the point where I was like, I can't take you seriously anymore. I can't take this addition to the game seriously anymore. For me, the first not good part was Sector 5 slums when you're doing chores with Aerith for 2 to 3 hours. Yeah, and it's annoying that it's required for her, the outfits for Donko Neo, Tifa's, Aerith's, these little fucking side quests are all required for the outfits. If you do half of them, you get the second best one. If you do none of them, you get the shitty one. If you do all the side quests, you get the best outfit. It's fucking annoying. That was the requirement for it. You could have just not had them and it would have been a much leaner experience for me. I like Wedge though. He likes cats. He's fat and he likes cats. If Wedge is dead, I swear, I only want Wedge alive. I couldn't care less if Jesse or Biggs survived. The all-9 outfits, yeah. I'm playing hard mode. I haven't even told you guys because I play offline. I've been playing through hard mode. I'm chapter 6 of hard mode, and I need Aerith's worst outfit, and I need Tifa's basically the best outfit, the mature outfit for the trophy for 9 outfits. I can't believe I haven't seen the mature outfit yet because I hate the other 2 outfits. I hate exotic and I hate the sporty one. Always go for Tifa. Yeah, I never got Tifa in the purple dress. I got her dressed up as Chun-Li. I got Tifa dressed up as Chun-Li. I was like, what the fuck is this crap? Mature is the best one. And I need to not do any side quests with Aerith to get the plain Jane outfit. Fuck, man. It's hard. You need your materia setups to change. I barely really changed my materia up until the end when I was doing the VR missions, the Chadley chapter 14 VR missions. But you need all your materia to be on point in hard mode. It is hard. I did the chapter 5 boss with the Heidegger when Heidegger sends that boss fight where Heidegger sends this giant crab mech after you. That is tough. Even on like even with an enemy with such a basic weakness to lightning. Yeah, it's good. Even at full level 50, everyone maxed out gear, maxed out materia. It is hard. Like they will take your life. But luckily, you got access to accessories that give you limit break always, or fury rings that give you more attack and stuff. It's dope. I think my favorite part is the entire Shinra building section. Yeah, that was dope. Though I'm not gonna lie, I was pissed that they took the blood out of Zenith. You know, Sephiroth's leading a trail of bodies. You just follow the blood trail. There is no blood trail. It's just Jenova's head leaking purple goo. They're so scared of putting blood in, even though Advent Children added a bunch of blood effects when they remastered the Advent Children movie. Yeah, that was retarded. Like, oh, he's carrying a head, so it's a purple. Shit, man. Barret, the gotcha moment, the one point where they actually managed to shock me and give me like gotcha moment was Barret, when I thought Barret would die. They really made me feel that fuck, they really go in here, but they walked it back like cowards, fam. Japan has a weird thing about censoring blood in certain media. Yeah, I mean, Metal Gear Rising, the blood wasn't red, it was white. The blood was white. And actually the white blood makes more sense because it's synthetic blood. It makes no sense red blood coming out of androids. In Japan, Metal Gear Rising had white blood, just like basically semen coming out of all these, and fucking Raiden absorbing everyone's jizz, fam. It's like 7 remake, it's red, but 16 is happy to show blood, no problem. Yeah, because it's M-rated, that's why. M-rated greatness, yeah. Fucking plot goes, I tell you. Did you see the Ryan? Did you see the FF7
Pixel 7a
F7 Rebirth trailer? You did, didn't you, Ryan? When did you think Barret would die? Shinra HQ, yeah, Shinra HQ. When they made him my favorite character, right? When they built Barret up to be my favorite character, and things weren't exactly what they seemed in Shinra HQ, they convinced me that Fox, like Sephiroth, fucking is gonna kill Barret this time. It's not gonna be Aerith, none of that shit. It's gonna be half an eye. Let's take a look. God, I hate the theory crafting community. Hmm.
still here at the scene of this terrible disaster, caused by a massive tornado which swept through sectors 0, 1, and 2.
Hate this.
Amidst the wreckage of the expressway, search and rescue operations are already in progress.
Unknown gen. He said it's all gonna be different, Zenith. Unknown gen. Why is it unknown?
Wow. Just look at it all. It's so green. Even after everything we've done to it.
This is a good quality version,
still
so.
going strong.
It may look that way, but in reality, it's barely hanging on.
Was wondering, what's Cloud been doing these past 5 years? Where's he been?
And you're asking me this?
This is gonna sound crazy, but as far as I know, Cloud was never in Nibelheim 5 years ago.
That will make sense, that's fine.
Dream.
Tifa never saw
It
him.
is the very essence of our star. The blood coursing through its planetary veins.
According to Hojo, they're connected to Sephiroth. Shadows of the Mad, I believe he called them.
Sephiroth was in Midgard. We fought him. Whatever happened, he's alive.
But why come back now? After 5 years, doing who knows what?
It was on the big moment that make us think we stop this.
We woke it up.
Angered it, more like.
Yeah.
Feast your eyes on the Turk's latest and greatest, Elena.
She may be new, but she's still a Turk.
Common. Common from John Wick. Yeah, slap fight. Bro, need to see that. Juno and Cannon slap fight. I'll tell you where I think the fake out is. At least for the trailer.
What the? Keep her away from me!
They say she's a monster. That she can peer inside you, into the very depths of your soul. That she can become those you hate, those you fear, those you love.
Green. Yeah.
You
Ace Combat Composer. Shit.
You burned my village!
You know that I killed her.
This line.
So, who is she?
I think that they're showing the Tifa. They're showing the Tifa flashback, but Sephiroth could just be saying from the future, "I killed Aerith. Who is she?" or something like that. I don't think this even refers to Tifa. I don't think Tifa is even significant of a character to be like do this with. Considering where we know how far this game, goes, like in the second game, like it's going to be 3 games, and it could actually even reach the point where Cloud is in the Forgotten City or wherever it is, right? It could just be Sephiroth saying, "Oh, dude, I remember killing this Aerith chick. Who's she?" So that could be a fake out. That this putting it all on Tifa, trying to make you think it's Genova and all that crap. But I think they're just taking those lines and putting it over this part. Tifa's not even that special. Tifa's not even special of a character to do this with, in my opinion. Yeah, it could be cheeky editing. I think they're gonna do it with Aerith. I killed her. Could just be him saying from Advent Children's verse, because every way that Sephiroth is interacting with Cloud is from a position of, I know all this that's happened, right? There hasn't been a single conversation with Cloud that's been vague or anything. It's always been from as if it's the Advent Children Sephiroth speaking about things that have happened. So certainly he has no idea that Aerith is doing essentially the same thing he is. He's not aware that she is aware, basically. Yeah. Weird. I don't know. Ryan, we need, because you're impartial to this. You don't have a horse in this race. I've grown. Zach still believes in this franchise. I've grown disenfranchised. Like, when you finish FF7 Remake, when you play Rebirth, you gotta tell us your thoughts. What you think of the story. Is it pretentious? Is it up its own ass? You gotta tell us. Because I'm biased, Zenith is biased. We always have a back and forth about this, about FF7 and this franchise. I want to hear from someone who's fresh into this. You know what I mean? We need to get your thoughts. Because I'm afraid of the direction that FF's headed. They're getting too big for their britches. So, yeah. The people who like, the people like the fucking Tonys, the Troys of this world, who like Neon Genesis Rebuild, who just think that this is the rebuild version of FF7 Remake, I can't listen to those people. I can't listen to those people. I can't take anything they say seriously. They're so gassed up in the idea, the theory crafting, the idea of it. You know what I mean? Jeez Louise. Alright. What game? What would you rate it so far, Ryan? You're like 14 chapters into it. What would you rate out of 10 FF7 Remake? So far. I think subs get less ads. I think subscribers get less ads. Tier 1. I think it's like that. People who are on tier 1, tier 2. I'm not saying you should do it. You shouldn't do it if you don't want to. But I do notice that people like Baker don't have that many ads, or Ryan, and so what do I got? By the way, I think this is the one. Wait, did it come up? Did you see the notification come up? Sorry, let me bring it up. Hold on. Twitch alerts. I've changed the Kim Jong 8.2 out of 10. Okay, that's a good score. What is it? It's Streamlabs. I've changed my Kim Jong Un. I'll show you what it is. I love this because it just represents me right now. It just represents me. Test. Did it come up? Wait. Why is it not coming up? Crystal Tower is really difficult. Are you like fully grinded out, like max level and stuff? My team is all about level 70. Okay. Job levels are all 90 plus. Dude, then it must be hard. It must be hard. I don't remember I know FF3 is one of the hardest FFs. And it was. Like, even when I played the DS versions. In fact, the DS versions of 3 and 4 are harder than the originals. So I know they're hard. I just didn't like them. I didn't like 3 that much. My notification's not working. What's going on? Okay, I'll worry about them afterwards. I'm running Black Belt, Thief, White Mage, Red Mage. Good selection. See? Back when you can make your squad, Zenith. Okay, Zenith. Playing these classic games now and being fully embedded in like classic turn-based, like squads, parties, builds, turn-based, even on a basic level? Do you have an affection, more of an affection now for turn-based? And can you see why people, the more it moves away from that full-on solo action, you maybe understand why people have an affinity, affection for it? Or is it the same for you? I don't care either way. It could be anything. It could be action. It could be turn-based. Toshi just disappeared. My man Toshi was supposed to be fucking representing me here today, fam, but he's fucking disappeared. Dear God. Please tell me there's no ads and people just didn't. Okay, I grew up on Pokemon, so I never had an issue with turn-based. I enjoy it. My argument has always been about normies, so to speak, casuals. Yeah. Look at all these tweets that you've been reading about people leveling the Dark Knight, the Dark Knight Cecil to 40 and then losing all of it when he becomes and just dying to the four fiends or whatever it was that they're playing. Toshi tucked his blanket in a bit too comfy tonight and fell asleep watching. Yeah. What is this? Fuck, what games do I got installed on this? Bruh, I didn't really think it through today, my stream. It's boiling today. Yeah, boy. Game of the year, baby. Game of the fucking year, baby. She really should uninstall. Yeah, she should. This is what I mean. The people who hate turn-based were probably people who are never good at it. They just tried. They just brute force their way through it because they just love the story. My favorite thing about this run to Pixar remasters is that I have 6 to look forward to as my reward for Dude, 6 is like the best cap off for this journey. Honestly, it's the best cap off. But notice the consistent thread of things in FF. People are right. They have iterated on and innovated on the turn-based ATB. It's always evolved, but it's always had fundamental identity. Like it's had its staples, you know what I mean? You're seeing it clear as day right now, seeing this playing the Pixar remasters. And the more I see stripped away, okay, no more parties, solo, no more diversity of spells, you know, no more buffs, no more debuffs, no more putting protect or haste on, no more class system. The more they take away, the more you notice. I think another aspect of this is I haven't really brought up is how attention spans have drastically shortened over the years. If there aren't explosions and sound effects going off at all times, people can't stay occupied by the game. Yeah. This is why Square Enix have to pretend like they hate turn-based and they understand the plea of the new fans who are bored by turn-based. You know what I mean? But they're invalidating this subgenre by stuff they say. Like, how is it I get blamed for attacking all action, but when someone trashes turn-based, it's accepted. It's accepted almost now. You don't see that with Diablo. You don't see people trashing the Diablo, whatever genre Diablo is. You don't see people trashing RTSs, you know, isometric games, roguelikes. For some reason, turn-based has robbed people the wrong way. Weird. fucking weird. Redfall, Game of the Year, baby. Game of the Year, baby. Yeah, here we are. I mean, certainly there's some level of hypocrisy here. I can admit that Yoshida said the job system had to be added into 14 when he took over because he considers it a staple of the series. Yeah, precisely. But I think Yoshida can't Yoshida can't have 100% freedom. I know they've said that Square gave us a blank check to make whatever we wanted. I don't think that blank is completely blank, that check. You probably had to acknowledge the trend, the market trends. Square probably came to him and look, these are the market trends, fam. It's gotta be full action. And Yoshida was there to like keep all the creatives in line. Look, this is our like concept of what we want to do. I'm 100% sure he's passionate about the story, the writing. He's passionate about the art, the story, the characters. I'm 100% sure of that. But then they have to go on record saying, "Oh, I love turn-based, I love action, but the kind of game we love playing today is action games. So I decided to go action." And now Kitase is saying, "Oh, I'd be open to the Call of Duty, Final Fantasy." I'm like, okay, whatever. What Square probably took into account more than anything is that Japanese gamers don't really play much on console or PC anymore. They're mostly on mobile. Yeah, meaning their potential audience is in the West. Yeah, they can't. Domestically, a very small percentage of their sales is domestic. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Domestically, PS4, PS5 sales account for such a small percentage. But isn't this something that weebs, like traditional weebs, have rallied against about Western trends, a trend towards Western things? This is something that the weeb community that loves FF for what it is, loves the crazy anime hairstyles, the waifus, the stuff like that. I'm not saying they're right, but they've traditionally rallied against this. But here we are, fickle crowd, man. I welcome the move to dark fantasy and British accents and better writing and less corny anime dialogue. I welcome that. But I'm thinking, hold on a second. 1 year ago, 2 years ago, you were hating, oh, you normies are westernizing everything. Your frumpy, boring, bland character design, generic characters. They were rallying against it. Now they've changed their tune. Because a Japanese made it. An Asian made it. Let's be fucking honest here. And I keep saying it. Everyone turns into a puddle when an Asian man opens his mouth. An Asian made it. Hooray, hooray. This is gonna be good. Fuck me. Dude, can you believe we live in an age where Kitase said, "I'd be open to a Call of Duty style Final Fantasy game"? We live long enough to... It's kind of funny that they've released 2 AAA games that are designed to appeal to the West in the same year. Yeah, Forspoken, yeah. And Forspoken was epic. I don't see 16 being a flop, and I don't want it to flop. I just don't want to send the wrong message to them that we don't want turn-based. Like how is someone like me supposed to send a message to Square saying, look, every now and again, great, you're experimenting with action, but I want a AAA turn-based. How do I communicate that to them? I bought the game. Yeah, I mean, I pre-ordered, I bought the game. Kitase is so far removed from his glory days at this point. Man hasn't directed the game. Shit. Oh shit. Guys can't see Snake. Solid Snake. Yeah, he'll always be a legend, but he's lost perspective. And I can't believe it's the guy who did the best turn-based FFs saying this. Toriyama directed FF7. Man is saying this dumb shit. He's like John Carpenter. He'll take a check and say anything. Like John Carpenter will just take a check from a film company Oh man, Flash is the greatest comic book movie I've ever seen. Like, I like that about him. He's not up his own ass. He's not precious about everything. He's not precious about the art. He'll take a bag to say anything. Kitazi is the same. Oh, you like COD? Yeah, I like COD too. FF COD. You like this? Oh. He's a producer now. So in the producer role, he has to say these things. Always a legend. Man, did Chrono Trigger have 6, 7, 8, and 10 all in the span of 8 years? Insane. Like I say, the greatest decade in history. The greatest decade. The greatest decade in FF history. We haven't had a decade that good. We have not had a decade that good. People think 16 will be buck the trend and be like, yeah, this is the start of a new renaissance. You know, but it's going to take more than one fucking game to do that. You can maybe say FF7 remake, Rebirth, I can't imagine it will be shit. 16 maybe, I don't know. If you were to rank game directors, he might be #1 just for that. Yeah, he would be. You can't knock his track record. Matsuno though. Matsuno, I'd definitely put up there as well. Like, between Vagrant Story, FF12, and Tactics, you could not get 3 games more different from each other. You literally could not get 3 games, and they're all bangers. They're all consistent. There's a consistency there. There's a vision there. You know what I mean? You know it's a Matsuno joint when you play that. So, yeah, he did quit midway, but most of his work was there. Most of his work was in there, I think. His directing resume is impeccable. Who else would I rate? The guy who directed Yuji Horii as well. He did Dragon Quest. He's been consistent. Japan just loves him. Motomu Toriyama. What did Motomu Toriyama direct? No, not Motomu Toriyama. No, that is Toriyama. Shinji Hashimoto. Didn't Shinji Hashimoto direct FF9? Yeah, Shinji Hashimoto directed FF9. I don't know how many other credits he's got, but damn, FF9 was fucking good. But we all know if a list were done, everyone would blindly say Kojima is all top 10 slots. I was like them. I was in love with Kojima when he was doing Metal Gear. Once he did Death Stranding, I was like, bruh, you a one-hit wonder like all these other creatives. You one-hit wonder. You ain't nothing without your baby, fam. But then there's the fact that Kojima is just a cloud chasing. He just loves Hollywood. He wants photo ops with all the famous people. He's got Nicolas Cage. He's gonna put Nicolas Cage in fucking Death Stranding too. That's all he cares about. Photogrammetry for fucking celebrities. Wasn't that about Hiroki? Sorry, Hiroki Ito. Shinji Hashimoto was a producer. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Yeah, Hiroyuki Ito. I think Shinji Hashimoto was a producer or something. It's hard to know who to credit for certain games. For the longest time, I thought Sakaguchi was responsible for FFs that he wasn't actually responsible for. It also finished up 12 Direction of Matsuno quit. See, there's crossover there. 9 Steampunk. They share similar sensibilities. Yeah. So it remained consistent. 12 did with the Vagrant Ivalice trilogy. It remained consistent, I think. But imagine if Nomura had come and finished. I don't know. If Nomura had finished 13 or something. There's too many conflicting visions there. Sakaguchi directed 1 to 5. He wrote basic story for 7 and wrote all of 9. Yeah. Dude. And 9 is the one that feels most Sakaguchi. Sentimental. 9 is the one that feels most... One thing I've noticed with Sakaguchi's games, very sentimental. Very sentimental. They don't necessarily go dark, like deep dark, cynical. They're very jovial, very heartfelt, his ones are. You see that in 9, man. He did some story writing on 6 as well, yeah. But of all the directors there, Matsuno has the vision. You could recognize his stamp on anything. You could literally recognize his stamp on anything. You can blur the line between whatever Toriyama did, whatever Sakaguchi did, a little bit here and there. Once the scale got massive on 10 and he was relegated to producer, I think it was done at that point. Yeah. Some of these guys just weren't ready for that big change, that big shift in technology. And Square's always had this problem, Zenith. Look how long they took on the white engine, the luminous engine. They had to migrate the white engine to the luminous. They took fucking 7 fucking years making that engine. And even letting Matsu take away. Yeah. It was a combination of 10 and the flop of Spirits Within. Because he had a big creative say in Spirits Within. Like, he had a big say in producing, like, the story and everything. He had to work with 2 other composers because Square were working him to death on multiple projects at once. Dude, this is the way Nomura's gonna go. Nomura's headed the same way. I promise you, next 3 years, Nomura's gonna quit. Next 3. What Kingdom Hearts 4 is getting worked on. After Kingdom Hearts 4, I'm gonna make a bet that Nomura's gonna quit Square. He's gonna quit Square. I'm almost certain. There's too much bullshit going on with him. Him directing a game that he doesn't even know about. Him moving away from directing FSM Rebirth. Kingdom Hearts 4 is probably going to be his like stamp, and he's going to be like gone. Spirits Within, the movie I always forget existed. It's a common. I think it's a common theory that Spirits Within is the reason they fired Sakaguchi. I don't think he'll quit. I think he'll be promoted to producer like Guitars and just collect easy paychecks. I think for the fans' sake, he'll stick around. I can't imagine he likes working for that company. He's got his baby, Kingdom Hearts, which is his baby. I don't think he even cares to direct it. Like, the fact that he didn't know he was directing a Final Fantasy game. And he probably got burnt on Versus 13. He's like, look, I put all that work into Versus 13 and I got fucked. You know, and they put me on FSM remake and I didn't even know I was directing it. Then he's like, look, I can't do this, man. Give me my baby back, Kingdom Hearts. Let me do that shit. Yoshi P's the new brand ambassador now. Like, for all intents and purposes, Yoshi P is like the brand ambassador for FF now. I don't even watch the 16 celebration stream, but when they announced Kingdom Hearts team collaborated on 16, it was Tai Yasue who came on screen. Do you think that's telling then? Do you think that's telling? And Nomura just doesn't wanna say shit no more. Like, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves. He's leaving after Kingdom Hearts 4. I'm gonna make that bet. I didn't catch that portion. I didn't catch that portion. I did watch the celebration streams, a few of them. I watched enough of them to redeem those sweepstake points. He's not main director on 7 Remake anymore. Yeah, he's only creative director. Also not the public face of Kingdom Hearts 4 either. What's he up to then? I have no idea. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. Once Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out, he's gone. I'm telling you. He's the only person. Well, they're either all producers, but Tabata fucking left like that. Tabata must have been so fucking sour that he just left that company. Can't imagine Nomura's got any more games in him after Kingdom Hearts 4. All he does is release 2 to 3 sentence statements to Twitter followed by please look forward. They don't know how to speak, these people, man. Honestly, Tabata and Yoshi P were the only 2 people that actually communicated for all all of 15's faults, you can't say that Tabata wasn't a great communicator. I remember when him and Juan Hazma was like the lead game designer on that game. He was a Filipino or Indonesian guy called Juan Hazma. Him and Tabata used to get on screen and just talk about the game, be really transparent. Like the most transparent era was 15, where they were like telling, look, we're doing this, we're doing that. These things are in, these things are not in. They even said, when we have no flying ship in this game, but we want to put it in. We're working on it. And they actually ended up putting the Regalia in. It was a last minute thing, but they actually managed. It wasn't implemented in like the best way possible. You could only land at certain hotspots. But the fact that you had some sort of flying vehicle in that game, I got to give it to Tabata. They were listening, and they were transparent. But now it's gone back to the same fucking shit. Please look forward to it and fucking all this shit. Fuck me, man. We got burned on 15, and there was so much goodwill going in. I loved Tabata before it came out. I loved everything I was hearing about it. Then it burned me. I'm not gonna let 16 do the same. I think 14 has been their most transparent. Oh yeah, definitely. Yoshibi's on stream all the time communicating problems. That's exclusive to 14. Yeah. When people are paying subscription, like when people are paying for a game in perpetuity, that you could turn that faucet off anytime if you sour that community. That faucet gets turned off if you sour that community, so you always got to be in contact. There's always new problems coming up, balancing stuff, economy, currency, quality of life, things that you got to do to cater to that crowd, and you got to keep it alive. So I feel that communication's out of necessity more than anything. But it's Square letting him say those, letting him off the chain. You know what I mean? I bet Nomura wish he could say anything, which is why he was complaining that for me to even put out a teaser or say a statement, I have to go through 3 people. They wish they could say anything they wanted. So I guess they just go, look, Yoshi, you're the guy. You saved FF14. You can be 100% transparent with this MMO crowd, because keep the money coming, keep the money flowing. You know what I mean? Other than that, for the single player projects, they're super zipped up. Super. Fuck me. Should change this to Just Chatting. Just Chatting stream. Gaming's off the table today. Yoshi P. I do like Yoshi P. I do like Yoshi P. I think it gets lost in translation. With that tweet that I don't like Yoshi P. No, I do like Yoshi P. After FF14, I do like Yoshi P a lot. Okay. Yeah, so I was saying, wait, I gotta wait for his ads to finish. Yeah. I wanna wait for Xena to come back. I got Snake. One got slicked back, yeah. Where the Zenith? Where that Zenith? Let's hope it's 3 ads. 3 ads are gone. I think he needs to hear it that I do like Yoshi P. Because I think people think that I hate Yoshi P, but I don't hate Yoshi P. I actually like him. Where my boy Zenith at? Where my boy Zenith? Nah, fam. Dulled. That dulled our greatness. More than 18 on Yoshi P again. I do like the guy. I take Yoshi P over Nomura. I'll take Yoshi. Yes, sorry. Yeah. Wait, are you back though, Zenith? Are you back now, Zenith? Okay, yeah, so I was saying, it can get lost in translation, but I don't hate Yoshi P. I actually like Yoshi P. With all the things I tweet, it seems like I hate Yoshi P, and I don't like it. I do like Yoshi P, especially after playing FF14. I just don't like Square Enix management. I'll take Yoshida over Nomura any day. Kingdom Hearts 2 is my favorite game of all time. Yeah, 2 is definitely up there as one of my favorites of all time. One hit wonder Nomura, man. What, 2 hits? But dude, Kingdom Hearts better bring back FF characters. It better. There is no universe where I can handle another Kingdom Hearts game just full of Sora's fucking bullshit. Pretentious Kingdom Hearts story. Was at least the FF stories within Kingdom Hearts were straightforward. It's the light and dark. The dark within people, the light within people, continuing the narratives from the games and all that. I've said it before, Nomura is a Lucas type who needs good people around him. Yeah, definitely. He can't do it alone. Nomura's strengths are his designs, and you can tell he's a fucking anime guy. Everything is so influenced by anime with that character, with Nomura. Like, all his designs are anime, wacky anime style. And, you know, very either bold, edgy, Tokyo Ghoul-like, or on the lighter side, very shonen tropey shit. First 2 Kingdom Hearts games were co-written with Najima. Everything after that, he was a sole writer. Jeez Louise. I think Najima deserves a lot of blame as well for some of the scenario. He's a scenario writer, Najima is. He's nothing else but a scenario writer. Some of these scenarios he writes are so stupid and convoluted and ridiculous, and he thinks he's so fucking smart, but he isn't. Najima never comes up. Yeah, I think Najima needs to get fucking pushed into that fucking limelight. Because Nomura keeps getting the licks, but Najima's the one. Don't worry, Kingdom Hearts bringing your soul. I don't even know why I should care. People keep saying Sora's in Quadratum. I'm like, what the fuck is Quadratum? I haven't played anything where they mention Quadratum. What the fuck is Quadratum? This lolly that just came visit him while he's sleeping in a high-rise fucking skyscraper. Who is this bitch? I know who it is. I'm just entertaining. I'm humoring you. Who is this bitch? Oh, she's the star that was in the sky realm, the soul realm. I'm like, first 2 Kingdom Hearts games. When you think back on it, you can tell that the first 2 games were written by Najima. Roxas stuff was straight out of Najima's playbook. Yeah. Definitely. There's people within people, and that multiple people can coexist within one person. There's biblical, I'm sorry, I hate to insult biblical bullshit. Kingdom Hearts are about to have nobodies of nobodies. They had Dream Eaters. They had Dream Eaters. They ran out of ideas, so they came up with Dream Eaters. After they had Heartless, they had Nobodies. Yeah, that's stupid. I have a friend who was jaded after Kingdom Hearts 3, didn't talk to him for a while, and now he's a fanatic who's watched all the mobile game cutscenes and hype. Stupid. So he's read up on Union Cross, Dark Seeker Saga, Dark Road, Kingdom Hearts Dark Road, Union Cross. That's fucking stupid, man. Dream Drop was actually the beginning of the end. It was. I can't with that game. Xehanort wasn't even developed for me. I can't tell you guys what the hell was going on with Xehanort, because all his development and backstory is put into Dark Road mobile game, and now you realize there was somebody above him. It wasn't even him. It was the Master. I'm like, it's so stupid. Once they brought back org members, it was over. Yeah, and they had the worst org members left in Kingdom Hearts 3. Death is not even permanent in that fucking series. There are no stakes. Nobody really dies. That's the thing. They convinced us that Xehanort and Ericus are dead, but they're not really dead, are they? They look like they were hunching and dying and stuff. Why are they dying? But the org members are getting fucking shanked by his key and coming back, and that's their old selves. I don't even believe that Xehanort and Ericus are dead. Death has no meaning in that universe. They could just as easily bring him back. Dude, Mark Hamill was Ericus, guys, and Leonard Nimoy was Xehanort. And these characters wasted, guys. Completely fucking wasted. You brought on Mark Hamill and Leonard Nimoy's dead, so I can't blame that. You brought Mark Hamill to play a character, and then it's like Naruto. It turned into Naruto, and Minato had a bit of his chakra sealed inside QB, so that one day the chakra could be unveiled and he could manifest. It's literally Naruto shit. I can't even believe I thought I loved that game 3. It's convoluted, and there are people that will read up on everything and convince you that there is an explanation, guys. It's this and that, X plus 7 plus 2 plus... I'm saying, I don't care. The road by which we got to this conclusion, this answer, was so unbelievably boring, terrible, convoluted, and banal that I don't care. I'm laughing thinking about Old Man Xehanort death scene with Eric. Yeah, Death. They were trying to pull a MGS4 ending where Zero and Big Boss are basically there, the two old men. This war between two old men, the light and the dark, and all these little kiddos that were involved, who were dragged into two old men's war. That kind of bullshit, but they did it in the most cringy, shonen, trashy manner. You get me, dog? It was like Zero and Big Boss at the end of MGS4. Tried to make you sympathize with them somehow. Xehanort destroyed the lives of these 3 kids, but forget all that and feel bad for him now, yep? I didn't even understand his motivation. This time travel bullshit where he splits himself into like 3, and then a version of him that split has a nobody version. It's so convoluted, like it's so objectively convoluted. I'm gonna use objectively in this. It's objectively convoluted. What is the point? Shion. What's the point of Shion? She was supposed to be a vessel for Sora. When they were trying to turn Sora into a nobody or something, so they needed a vessel for him, and Shion was the vessel. And apparently Shion's not a woman. She only looks like a woman to certain people. To other people she looks like a dude. Tragic story ruined by Kingdom Hearts 3. Shion was good in 250 over 2 days, I thought. Tragic story ruined by Kingdom Hearts 3, yeah. The focus of this story should have always been Riku, Sora, Kairi. You didn't need to bring all these other fucking characters in. You didn't need to do Roxas. Like, when you think about it, there was a tweet that someone put out where it was a picture of screen time, which was like a tiny book, versus the character's popularity in the fandom, and a thick book, to say that what is a character that has barely any screen time but is super popular? Roxas. I know you see Ventus, but Ventus ain't Roxas. You see Roxas in this franchise for what? Maybe a maximum of 2-3 hours. His fucking popularity is through the fucking roof. How can you have Ventus and Roxas walk around and they look the same? Oh, stupid, guys. It's so fucking stupid. And it's weird because who's the other guy? The Riku looking guy that looks like Sora. The guy with the Riku's outfit but Sora's face. That character looked like Sora before Sora was even born. Guys, how do you look like a grown-up Sora before the real Sora is even born? Ventus only exists to explain why Roxas. What was his name? It was the Heartless of... It was Ventus's Heartless. What was his name? Yeah, it was Ventus's Heartless. The Heartless that was born from Ventus. Ventus existed before Sora was even born. They met Sora. Vanitas. They met Sora as a little fucking teenager. They met... So they only met, they were only around when Sora was a little fucking toddler. So why does his Heartless look like a grown-up Sora? It's too convoluted. It's objectively convoluted. And so when people say, oh, you shit on Kingdom Hearts because you don't know, it's because I know so much about Kingdom Hearts that I shit on it. You think I just pull out things out of nowhere just because I'm showing it? I got no horse in this race. I've been a huge fan of Kingdom Hearts FF. Fucking love these franchises. So I don't just pull things out of thin air to be contrarian and blah blah blah. I was never like this. Not until Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. Not until 13 trilogy came out. Everything fucking changed. The 13's Lucy, Falsi, Fabula Nova Crystallis mythos was so fucking convoluted I couldn't care. When I reflect more, I actually think Birth by Sleep caused major damage to the franchise. Agreed. Because these characters all came to Sora, Riku, and thing, and they gave them a part of themselves or something, and they just messed everything up. The existence of Aqua Terra Ventus was unnecessary and creates so many new plot threads. Yeah. I understand from a lore perspective, the Keyblade War was always something that was referenced. But the Keyblade War had nothing to do with Aqua Terra Ventus. It has more to do with Union Cross. It actually has more to do with Union Cross, a fucking mobile game. Aqua Terra Ventus weren't even there at the Keyblade War. So their existence is basically like filler. Their existence is basically like all this new Star Wars shit that they're introducing that takes place between the prequel trilogy and the new trilogy, and they're filling it out. That's what they're doing. And it's all unnecessary things that people didn't need to know about. Making copies of every character for plot. Yeah, it's so fucking stupid. I like Riku though. Riku's arc has remained relatively unconvoluted. He's Sasuke. He's Sasuke on the dark path. He's a very tropey character. He's been so exposed to the dark. He's worried that it will have some sort of effect on him. Plus, Orochimaru, aka Ansem, took over his body. Orochimaru took over Sasuke's body. It's very simple. If they just kept it to the shonen tropes, Sora, Riku, Kairi, it would have been fucking fine. Yeah, Riku was simple from the start, you know, and he became just a pragmatic character. Just a simple, pragmatic character. I only care about Sora. I want to save Sora. You know, it's simple. They don't fuck around with his arc. They don't put Roxas inside Sora, and then he's got Naminé inside him, and they're gonna split him and put him in that. They don't do that crap. Sasuke. who is their Jiraiya is the apprentice, the sorcerer's apprentice guy. Apparently he was the OG Keyblade master. He was the OG Keyblade master. The sorcerer, the wizard guy from that Mickey Mouse movie, the wizard guy, in Kingdom Hearts lore, he's an OG. He's an OG Keyblade wielder. God, they fucked it all up. The series still has its high points, but it's so convoluted. And people think it's smart. You got HMK, you got this YouTuber called HMK. Bless him, he just keeps doing these pretentious theory crafting videos about Kingdom Hearts. Mickey was best again last one when he had no screen time, was only referenced. Yeah, you keep Mickey special. He's not literally in everything. You know what I mean? He can be the Deus Ex Machina because he's Disney's mascot. I wouldn't even mind. It would be almost on brand for Mickey to be the Deus Ex Machina of the Disney universe. Unkillable, strong, righteous. Ironically, given Disney and Mickey Mouse. And then you see his silhouette at the end and it felt awesome. Yeah. And then he's fucking in everything. He saves you in Kingdom Hearts 2 every time you die to Zaldin. It's weird that he does that only for Zaldin. There's no other fight where Mickey saves your life except the Zaldin fight in the Beauty and the Beast Castle. Weird. Why? He comes and revives you. Then the Musketeers, they introduced in Dream Drop Distance. The 4 Musketeers, 3 Musketeers. Fuck me, this. Oh, do you get it now? You get it now? These franchises are washed. They're off the rails, bro. They're off the rails. Yensid, that's it, Yensid. He's in the lore, he's an OG Keyblade master. I think he does the same in Remind DLC. He revives you. Oh, does he? Oh my god. Something like that. He comes in to help. Disney spoke. Oh shit. I didn't even realize. Yensid is Disney spelled backwards. Holy shit, Dull just educated me. I had no idea. I thought it was meant to be like a half Asian, half white name. Yensid. Oh shit. Damn. Learn something new every day. Learn something new every fucking day. Braig. Yeah, Zigbar. Yeah, that much I know. That's pretentious. Dylan, Zaldin, Braig. Locksword. Zigbar is Braig, yeah. But no, Zigbar is not Braig. He's not Zigbar, he is Lushu. He's Lushu from the Union Cross movie. He's from that movie. Zigbar, Dylan, yep. Doing your files. I hate Kingdom Hearts. I don't blame you, Ryan. I don't blame you. There's a lot to hate. It's this corny sentimentality. Honestly, sentimentality is really the reason I watch anything. The reason I'm still watching Fear the Walking Dead or Walking Dead is sentimentality. Nothing else. It's certainly not because of the fucking compelling characters. Tell you that. Fucking Fear the Walking Dead. Toshi, what the fuck were they doing at the end of Fear the Walking Dead mid-season finale, man? What the fuck were they doing? We still got Legend and Go in his tags. Yep, always. Veteran, Legend, always. You gotta be your own biggest fan, Dult. Imagine you have no one on this planet. You gotta be your own biggest hype man. You gotta believe in yourself. There's a quote I heard. How do you expect people to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself? I know it's corny as fuck. It's true. It's true. The Rock is like that. The Rock. Dwayne Johnson subscribes to that. You gotta believe in your words with conviction. Otherwise, how are people gonna believe in you if you don't even believe in yourself? You know what I mean? Moise, oh, by the way, Toshi. Solid Snake. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Moines the Moat. Moines the Moat. Moine of all time. You can't cross him or else. I see what you did there, right? I see what you did there. Fuck, man, it's boiling right now. I might have to call this a stream. We're hitting the 2-hour mark, but it's fucking boiling. It's trying to boil now. I like downstairs where it's cooler, next to my TV where I'm playing PS5. That's why I've been playing Friday 13th lately, Ryan, with Ryan and everyone, because it's downstairs. I can play Friday 13th online. Well, yeah, I beat a t-shirt. It's somewhere in the wash or something. Them bars, yep. I'm gonna spit some bars. Listen, listen. Just wait for the drop, just listen. You ready, Charlie? Shit. Let me find... Okay, you know what? Zenith, you still there? Zenith. There is something FF16 related. Yeah, FF16 related. I was listening to this yesterday. It's only like 2-3 minutes from Defining Dukes. Mr. Mighty Plays sums up in literally 2 minutes. See, maybe the way I go about saying stuff about FF16 is a bit, it's like biased or hate us. But I'll show you this short clip. I was listening to this yesterday, but he puts it perfectly. He puts it perfectly. I need to show you this 2-minute clip. I'm gonna see what you think. Where is it? Defining Dukes. I'm kind of getting sick and tired of Colin's Sacred Symbols. I actually listen to Defining Dukes more, not because they're Xbox. They're just more chill over there. So, yeah, let me just play this little clip. Fable. Okay, what have we been playing? There we go. Okay.
Talk about what games are playing. Answer a couple of setup questions from the.
It was just so, bro. So
get another penetrating shot, bro.
Just give me a second.
We got 2 warm-up questions to kind of set the stage.
Now it's going.
Anyway, we got 2 warm-up questions. Then change away from this showcase when Redfall dropped. All right, next one we got here is Dakota Brown. Hello, Dukes. Wow, just wow. I am shocked at this showcase. Fable. We were all wrong. Show opener. I was like, dang, wish I knew about that. Any thoughts on Fable that you'd like?
Just give me a second. I'll find it. I'll find the clip. Just bear with me. Bear with me.
Games. Now I'm gonna read from the Xbox Wire on this one, just because this was one of the few in-engine trailers we got. I thought it was acceptable because of the art style, that it could convey what it was a little bit.
Hold on a second. So just to make sure this was the video. Oh, it was the wrong. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
You'd be forgiven if you forgot that just a month ago we were very doom and gloom.
Where does he say he's playing?
Well, they're great, I suppose.
Correction, Obsidian.
We got a lot to go over. So, as always, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new here, you're interested in supporting the Dukes, you can go to patreon.com/laststandmedia.
There we go. What have you been playing? Okay.
Shout out to Jeff Keighley and the team on another great year of performance for them. So we'll see them next June. All right, Cog, time to talk about what.
Look, man, it finally get out the back. You know, I want wait.
One sec, guys.
Handheld who has no Windows sensibility. The Atmos mobile, it's then you force get your molested. Let me see.
For it to come to the West. And so this game being rated M for mature, I mean, dude. You know, it's kind of, I think the way I could define it is it's almost like seeing Pokemon get really gritty out of nowhere.
Don't laugh, Maddie, but it's
yeah.
right.
Sorry, it's here. Hold on.
Or Liza P. And contrary to what I've seen online a lot, I wasn't like super sold on the direction in the terms of combat for Final Fantasy 16.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is what he's saying. Listen to what he says. He just thumbs up everything I'll be saying. This will make sense to everyone. Where is it? Okay. What is going on? Stephen Lewis Secondary, Dem CC and Nandi Nander. Sorry, give me a second. There we go. Okay, yeah. Listen to this, Zenith. Just 3-4 minutes. Let me know what you think, what he says.
And contrary to what I've seen online a lot, I wasn't like super sold on the direction in the terms of combat for Final Fantasy 16. It looks great, but it didn't look or feel particularly Final Fantasy to me. But Cog, I gotta say, this is why I was kind of pushing earlier. I was like, Xbox got to figure out this relationship, because like this is a good game in the making. If this 2-hour demo is anything to go by, the acting, the presentation has been so elevated compared to really what we've seen in the history of this franchise. And look, like I have realized as the years have gone on, I'm kind of just a lover of all things Final Fantasy. Like I'll have my nitpicks about them, but there's just something special with the franchise. But what we don't see often is an M for mature game in this series. We'll see mature themes, no doubt about it, like what happened with Celis and Final Fantasy VI.
Wait a second.
But Type 0 was like the only M-rated Final Fantasy game. And that was one of the main reasons so many people begged for it to come to the West. And so this game being rated M for mature, I mean, dude, you know, it's kind of, I think the way I could define is it's almost like seeing Pokemon get really gritty out of nowhere.
He tells the criticisms.
Like, any other game, I probably wouldn't care. But like when I see that Chocobo take that stone to the head, man, and he's covered in blood, bro, it hurts. I'm like, that's like the I'm like, this man just got hit in the head and he's dead. I'm like, oh, he's bloody. This game, man, goes hard. Its story, man, to the point where like there is a opening stretch, a lot of political intrigue, very Game of Thrones-esque, but also, I mean, so many cutscenes. You don't really play the game for a while. You know, you'll bounce and run for a little bit, and a new cutscene will start. And it's all good shit, but it is just a warning to people who may want to get into the thick of things quicker. Maybe time this demo out closer to the launch of the game, because what I will say, the only regret I have with playing this demo, Cog, is when it finishes, you're like, I need to know more, which is great. Like they chose the perfect cutoff point, because they rope you in and immediately they're like, thanks for playing. I'm like, no, thank you. Thank you for showing
He's
up,
saying all the
right?
good stuff, but he also
like,
says the criticisms.
Digital Deluxe
You'll
edition?
see.
Would you like to buy Final Fantasy?
That's what I want to
16
hear
on your
more of.
PlayStation 5?
Somebody who's fair and balanced.
Easily ropes you in. But
watch.
For those of you who are kind of like, oh, I'm excited, I don't want to ruin something for myself, it does leave you at a point where you, like, for pacing, you probably want to know like, what happens next. It's a hook among hooks. I would say wait until you're at least a couple of days away from the release, then play the demo, because the save file does carry over. But this was good. I'm still not sold on the combat right now. And I want to see, I think once it evolves, it evolves, it'll be great. Mechanically speaking, like controls wise, with evading, you know, the perfect evade allows you to counterattack the Phoenix Rush, like you're dashing in on fire and you can do magic in between. That stuff is great. It's about the fact that these enemies are very spongy, which I noticed in some of the gameplay trailers we've seen, some of the cuts we've seen in the game. Like, okay. And you're kind of just hammering away on these enemies to little to no damage, especially in this demo. Like some of these enemies got a ton of health and there's no real variation. It's like, okay, mash, 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 get away, in, I go again, mash, mash, mash. You hit a stagger gauge, because ever since Sekiro showed up, we all have stagger gauges now. Once you break the stagger gauge, they're weak, you do more damage.
13
It's just, and I'm expecting, given it's from the combat designer of Devil May Cry 5, this will evolve in meaningful ways. I have zero doubts about it. But right now in the early goings, it's just kind of a basic action game. And it looks good and it feels good in some ways, but I'm not totally.
Look what he says about magic. Look what he says about magic.
I have a feeling I can be, but right now, like, I'm a stickler for one thing in Final Fantasy, and it's only because of 15, is the way they've handled magic lately. It's a nitpick, but I got to vocalize it. Has been so friggin' weird. Like in Final Fantasy 15, they say, okay, you don't just summon or cast spells and it costs you MP and you recharge it with your ether. A system that's old as time itself, right? Like what JRPG doesn't do this? But 15 decides, let's make it a material and you craft it and your spell's like a fucking grenade that you throw. I'm like, what is this shit, man? So 15 just varies it up drastically. And in 16, now you can just shoot your fire whenever, but there's no MP at all. And it reminds me a lot of how the gun in Devil May Cry felt, where it's almost like probably a stagger to keep them in the air. I'm like, that feels not really in tune with what the core of the series is, but I'm nitpicking a little bit in that regard. I just thought it was worth sharing for the OG Final Fantasy heads who maybe want to have a conversation on it. Otherwise, though, the storytelling.
See, I finally found someone. I watched this yesterday, or the day before yesterday. I finally found someone who fucking understands my nitpicks. They are nitpicks. They're not huge fucking things. My nitpicks with the game. That it's not Devil May Cry. It is Devil May Cry. As long as you admit it. 5 ads right as that clip finished. What if Zach is lying? He don't want my take on it. You know what I mean? He's been saying what I've been saying. I finally found someone who's fair about it. He loves the story, loves all that shit. But then he's like, is Devil May Cry? Magic don't mean shit. It's somehow magic has started to mean fuck all in this franchise, man. Alright, guys. Alright, I'm gonna call it. It's fucking boiling. I've hit the 2-hour mark. Stream that demo. Great demo. You guys can check it out on PS5. Viewfinder. Really good. Lick back version of Eisen. Moinby Eisen. Yeah. Wait. Can I do the... Wait. Alright. Yeah, so I finally found someone, Zach, that understood my gripes. Understood, like, was able to say everything he likes about the franchise. But he understands that there is almost too much Devil May Cry in this, and magic is such a triviality in this game. He saw it. And I only saw this yesterday. Like yesterday, day before yesterday. Yeah. Let's bring the camera down. Okay. We good? Yeah, we good. So yeah, my only issue with the community is being fair and balanced about the criticism. The people are saying everything they love about it, but they're just not willing to acknowledge the issues that people see. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens. No MP is strange. Yeah, I mean, I don't even mind the no MP. It's just fire, that triangle button. You just mash triangle button to do 10 damage. It's not even magic. It's not even, there is no weakness. You won't see that button do 15 when you're doing fire against a ice enemy. It's just pistols. It's to keep juggling or keep the combo going. That's all it is. Yeah, exactly. It's like Devil May Cry. But there are people who, when people criticized FF16 for being like Devil May Cry, they go, shut the fuck up. It wasn't like that. It's not Devil May Cry. It's much different. It's much different. Then when they played the demo, fucking you got Night Sky Icon saying, oh man, look at all this crazy Dante S-rank combo shit that he's doing. And I was like, so you admit it then? Yeah? You motherfucker, you admit it then it's like Devil May Cry. when your crowd was the one dismissing people for saying it was like Devil May Cry, and that was the reason they didn't like it. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying acknowledge what is evident, you know what I mean? And just try and understand why some people don't want Devil May Cry in FF. If they wanted that, they play Devil May Cry, you know what I mean? As far as spongy enemies, we don't know if that will hold true until later in the game. Even Iconic Challenge was only a few hours after the prologue. Yeah, that's true. I mean, not all the enemies are spongy. If you're playing good and using the powerful abilities, I mean, there's a reason Maximilian Dude at the pre-launch event, he equipped all his most powerful abilities because he knows the enemies are spongy. I know he was facing an S rank mark, and he was 15 levels underleveled. But the reason he picked all those, he fucked around, is because he knew that was spongy, because he'd seen the fucking IGN first gameplay. He'd already seen it. This is Maximilian Dude. You know, by the time he sits on that chair, he's seen everything there is to see about FF16. He went hands-on with the thing. The man knows it was spongy, so he equipped all his super powerful gear. I mean, you don't want to be doing that. Instead of equipping all your powerful spells, why not say, okay, the weakness of this enemy is lightning or earth or thing, and I don't want to be throwing all my combos at him. Let me pick my most powerful lightning spells to exploit his weakness and do that and wait for the cooldown, do that. I don't want to be throwing fucking fire at a fire enemy. I'm like, why? This is unintuitive. You know what I mean? So people don't see it. It's like I'm a lone crusader here, and all this new generation of FF fans who are like, somebody actually said to me today, if there was a 4-player COD style FF game and it had all the trappings of FF, it would be FF to me. Even you, Zenith, agreed, nah, that ain't it. FF cannot be literally anything, you know what I mean? Wind on wind, exactly. Why are you using Garuda abilities on Garuda? My guy, why are you using wind abilities on a wind affinity fucking thing? Why? It's stupid. Okay, but I'm a broken record. The game will be good. The game will be good in spite of all the issues I have, I think. But this is my issue is I don't want to send the wrong message to Square. Because if I'm going to use my dollars or pounds to vote with my wallet, I don't want to send them the wrong message. I'm not going to say I'm going to support this game because I like the story and it hooked me. But don't get it twisted. I'm not supporting you because I like the direction the Devil May Cry combat. You know what I mean? And everyone's been saying it's all about the story to me. You know what I mean? Everyone's been saying to me, these pontifications on Twitter. To me, Final Fantasy has always just been the story. There's revisionism. It's always just been the story. Okay, if that's the truth, then you should be completely fine if fucking FF goes back to turn-based. You should be completely fucking fine if it goes back to turn-based. Because to you, FF has always been the story. You know what I mean? I lose faith in this community because the lack of consistency, the revisionism, and the selective memory. I had someone out here telling me 15 wasn't a full-on action game. Dude, Noctis was in the vanilla game, Noctis was the only character you got to control. You issued commands to your party like you do to Toggle in FF16. You press left, right, up, down on the D-pad, and depending on what you press on the D-pad, those guys do something different. The person you would have full control over, solo action, was Noctis. I don't care about that raw bullshit. I mean, whole cycle to win, sure. I think people don't refer to 15 as a full action game because the combat was a brain. I know, but just because it was bad doesn't mean it wasn't full action. That is selective memory. That is selective memory. I'm not saying it was good. It was fucking trash. And I'm not here to defend FF15. FF15 had just more wrong with it than even 16, in my opinion, has. Nevertheless, Phoenix Town is one of the easiest games. Same, agreed. It was more Kingdom Hearts than anything. And even Kingdom Hearts has strategy involved, especially like critical mode and stuff. But to call it the first action game. I don't believe that any more than I believe Remedy saying that Alan Wake 2 is their first survival horror game. Alan Wake 1 was a survival horror game. It's just marketing, PR. If you tell people that this is our first full action FF, they won't want to jump on 15. It will just scrub 15 and its memory from people's minds. It's all marketing and PR speak. That's all it is. They want sequels, or they want legacy games that attract new players and doesn't put them off by, you know, scaring them away with the number on it or saying it's turn-based. So they've doubled down on communicating to people that, one, this is our first full action. It's not. It really isn't. And two, that it's it's full action. It's not turn-based. So it's definitely trying to get new people on board. So of course it's all marketing speak. Our first full action, you know. It isn't, but whatever, man. Scrubbing 15's memory. Square wants people to forget 13 trilogy exists. Or Sony want people to forget that exists, because that's the only trilogy that's not on the console. They definitely want people to forget 15. So these motherfuckers, man. People talk to me, little kids talking to me like I have not been embedded. I've not heard Square Enix's bullshit for the last 25 years, guys. That I haven't hung on every word that Square Enix has said for 25 fucking years. And then new fans, I'm talking about new fags treating me like I'm just some new hater to the franchise. Fuck you, fam. Fuck you, fam. Moin, you have to do a positive reaction to One Piece live action, then post on Discord, Google Drive with video. Wait, you mean a positive reaction to One Piece live? How many of you guys haven't seen that One Piece live action trailer? How many of you guys have not seen that One Piece live action trailer? I know Zach has seen it. Duldus